it is my pleasure to introduce AEA's newly elected chairman of the board, a man who needs little introduction in this room because someone that many of us have encountered frequently over his 20, 30-plus year career in the aircraft electronics industry. If you've never had the opportunity to be informed and entertained at one of his training sessions, then maybe you've encountered him as an ambassador of the AEA Board of Directors. Mike Berryhill is the Senior Maintenance Trainer at Cirrus Aircraft. He is serving his third term on the board and has chaired our Trusteeship Committee and our Workforce Development Committee over the years. A longtime friend, it is my pleasure to welcome him to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Berryhill.
This time last year, we were in Dallas, opening the convention, and our workforce committee had invited students from LeTourneau University to come and walk the exhibit hall. They came to see the industry up close, to come meet us, to come spend time with us. We introduced them to the board members. We introduced them to the AEA Workforce Director, Nick Brown, and it was a great turnout. It was a real opportunity for those students to interface with us, see our industry, see the exhibit hall, and as Monty Mitchell said, you get them once, they'll come back. One of those students was Aaliyah Pittman. Mike Adamson and I were visiting with her, and Mike Adamson asked her, "What do you want to do after graduation?" She said, "I think I want to work on engines, maybe for a manufacturer, a little unsure. I want to stay close to home, stay near the Dallas-Fort Worth area." Mike looked at me and he said, I think I might know somebody that fits the bill." He looked back at Aaliyah. He said, "Would you want me to introduce you to somebody like that?" She said, "Sure." He was talking about the Cirrus Factory Service Center in McKinney, and it truly did fit the bill. That moment sums up one of the many things that AEA is trying to do, connecting students to real opportunities. But it also highlights the challenge that we all know about, the shortage of skilled technicians. The ATEC pipeline report, ATEC, the Aviation Technical Education Council, that pipeline report, it shows where we stand, and it's not great. What else can we do? The Workforce Committee, we're working on solutions. But here's something you can do. Here's something that I would ask you to do. I want you to treat every interaction with a young person as a chance to invite them in. Invite them into your shop. Invite them to your airport. Invite them to your production facility. Show them what you do. Show them what we do. I'm gonna tell you something we all know. Our hangars are behind a fence. These airplanes, they're behind a gate, literally. And to a person wanting an aviation, it's a barrier. When you invite them in, you open that gate. You open the door to possibility. I would suggest that we invite them in and we show them how fulfilling this work can truly be. Let's be honest. Most of us aren't here to get rich. What's the old joke? You want to get $1 million in aviation? Start with 2. We're here because we love this game. We love the airplane. We love the airport. We love the flying machine. What if a young person came inside the fence and caught the same bug that we all have? That's what I'm asking. That's what I want you to do. Whenever you get home, talk to a high schooler. Invite them to the hangar. Let them come shadow you for a half day. You might be surprised what that turns into. I was gifted aviation. I didn't know it in the moment, but it was a gift that was being handed to me, and I distinctly remember it, but yet it seems so far away. It was a Navy recruiter. He told me I could go work on airplanes. I had a couple of other opportunities in the Navy too, but that recruiter told me that I could go work on airplanes. And it inspired me. In that moment, I was inspired. I knew that it was something that I felt like it was something that I could do. I didn't end up on airplanes. Whenever I was in the Navy, I ended up working on a bench, and I ended up working on a box. For those of you that know, we call it eye level. I ended up eye level, and I learned basic electronics and electricity. I learned the difference between a printed circuit, a wired circuit, a short circuit, and a 3-ring circus. Those avionics gave me this bug. That was 1990. I've had the itch ever since. You know it. You know what I'm talking about. You're probably feeling it right now. Wishing you were smelling avgas, working on an airplane, troubleshooting a squawk, pre-flighting, gonna go fly. Travel is imminent in this industry, and it's part of the gift. Look, not all kids want to travel, but some of them do. What if you gave them that gift to get away from something that they couldn't get away from otherwise? I can tell you, this gift has allowed me to see the world, make friends. From England to Australia, from the Netherlands to South Africa. It's part of the gift. In January, I met Darren Pleasance. He's AOPA's new president. He was speaking to the Cirrus annual event, and he told his story. He told his story of where he caught the bug, where he was given the gift. When he was a kid, he rode his bicycle to the local airport. He got to know the aviators and their flying machines. And he was invited in. He was invited in because he was a repeat visitor. But the difference between then and now is the fence. He rode his bicycle onto the airport. He rode right up to those aviators and right up to those flying machines. And it was the beginning, his story, not mine, but it was the beginning of his gift. That's what I'm suggesting. Invite young people into our world. If they catch the bug, it can change everything. It's not a bad way to make a living, right? Aviation was a gift to me. If you feel it, if you feel the same way, then go home. Go home and give it away. If it was a gift to you, give it away. Should we look back on Aaliyah Pittman? She's now working with us in McKinney, working on engines, not far from that Laterno campus. A chance meeting, a simple invitation to the shop, an introduction to the hiring manager, and now she's part of our team. I'll leave you with a quote from Forrest Whitcraft. He's credited with founding the Boy Scouts. When I read this, I was reminded of working. I umpired Little League Baseball when I was in the Navy. And I was reminded of spending time with those kids and showing them what being in the Navy was about. It's a great time. 100 years from now, Forrest Whitcraft, 100 years from now, it won't matter what my bank account was, the kind of house I lived in, or the car I drove. But the world may be different because I made the difference in the life of a kid. Thank you to the AEA staff. Thank you to the association for your vote to re-elect me. Thank you to the board for your confidence. Bill, thank you for your friendship. Mike, thank you for your friendship. I lost him in the lights. Thank you for your friendship, my friend. To my family for supporting me, thank you for coming. To my wife, who couldn't be here, she's home sick with the flu. I just simply could not do this without her. Peggy, thank you. I love you. And for my grandson, Dewey, please let me hear from you. I want to hear your story of how you gifted aviation. Welcome to Phoenix, and welcome to convention.
Aero-News Network's coverage of the 68th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, live from Phoenix, Arizona, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors: